Have you ever found yourself in a room full of people older, smarter, more successful than you, wondering how you got there and feeling like you don't belong? Or maybe you've questioned your achievements, feeling like you don't deserve them or you got them out of sheer luck. Or perhaps you felt that at any given moment, somebody is going to call you out for not knowing what you're doing 100% of the time and labeling you as a fraud. Yeah, I've been there too. But what if I told you these were all good things? Keep watching to find out how. So as the title suggests, today we're talking about imposter syndrome. Now, imposter syndrome is defined as a psychological pattern characterized by persistent self-doubt and fear of being exposed as a fraud, despite evidence of one's competence and accomplishments. So essentially, even when you accomplish something, you don't give yourself any credit for the accomplishment. You say, it was just luck, or I was just in the right place at the right time. At its core, imposter syndrome can be boiled down to self-doubt that presents itself as lies that you tell yourself. But even if the thoughts are lies, nobody can deny that those feelings of inadequacy are real. I mean, for some people, it can get so bad that they get anxiety or depression. They give up whatever it is they're trying to achieve and they go back to a place where they feel comfortable. If you fall into that category, I would encourage you to stop this video and just seek some professional help. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of therapy. Now, anxiety, depression, that sounds horrible, right? How can any of this be good? I'm getting to it. Believe it or not, imposter syndrome can encourage a growth mindset. When you find yourself in these scenarios where you feel like you don't know enough or you haven't done enough to be there, it creates in you this desire to prove yourself. And how do you do that? You do more, you level up, you dedicate yourself to learning more, you put in work so that you can achieve the things that will make you feel like you deserve to be there. And in doing so, you become a smarter, more experienced, and overall better version of yourself. Now, of course, this is going to require some work on your part, but if whatever you're trying to achieve is worth it, then the work is the easy part. Another way that imposter syndrome can be a good thing is that it teaches you to embrace discomfort. Now, this goes hand in hand with that last one because growth and self-improvement can only happen in discomfort. You cannot grow as a person if you're always seeking ways to be comfortable. If it's comfortable, it means it's familiar. If it's familiar, it means you've done that a million times. A good comparison for this would be working out. Now, we can all agree that working out can be uncomfortable. Pushing weight around doesn't always feel good, but you have to do it if you want your muscles to grow. Then once you've been working out for a while, you get used to the amount of weight that you're lifting. It becomes familiar. So what you have to do is add more weight so that your muscles can continue growing. You have to make it uncomfortable again. And it's the same thing with growing in life. So basically, for this benefit to be true, you have to keep purposefully putting yourself in situations where you feel like an imposter. To give you an example of this in my life, when I first started working for the company that I'm with, I found myself in a board meeting with all the company execs. Now at the time, I must have been 21, was probably 20 years younger than everybody else in the room. So imposter syndrome was hitting heavy. But I got to that meeting and over time I kept finding myself in similar situations. And eventually I got used to them. Then fast forward 2 years and suddenly I was leading meetings with those same execs from the beginning. The funny thing is that leading those meetings is what makes me feel like an imposter now, because I'm still younger than everybody else, but hey, it's just part of the process. Anyway, as a side note, one great thing about embracing discomfort is that the more you do it, the more you put yourself in those situations, the easier it will get. Eventually, you'll start seeing it trickle down into other areas of your life, and other things that are uncomfortable, for example, working out, will start to get easier. By the way, if you have a similar story to mine, where a situation that used to make you feel like an imposter helped you level up, put it in the comments because I love reading those. Okay, the last and probably most important reason why imposter syndrome can be a good thing is that it means you're already doing something right. Think about it like this. Very few things in life happen by random chance, especially in the professional world. If you find yourself in rooms where you feel like an imposter or you feel inferior, it means you've already done enough to gain access to those rooms. And yes, perhaps you're just getting started on your journey. Perhaps you haven't achieved as much as some of the other people in that room. But you know what? You've already paid the entry fee. So give yourself a little credit. Now, I understand that reframing your mind about something negative and turning it into a positive is not an easy thing to do, especially when you're in the middle of feeling like you're an imposter. But like with anything else in life, I think what helps is to remember that you're not alone in this. In fact, the National Library of Medicine actually published an article a few years back that said something like 82% of people experience imposter syndrome at one point in their life, which is basically everybody. And if you do a little bit of research, you'll find that a lot of your favorite celebrities have admitted to feeling like an imposter in their industries despite the success that they've achieved. Tons of people from Tom Hanks to Maya Angelou have some great quotes out there. One of my favorite quotes is actually not by a celebrity, but by the philosopher Socrates. It says, "I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing." What I love about this is that it perfectly portrays how, as you grow, you become aware of how much more room there is to grow. As you learn, you realize how much knowledge is really out there and how little you know in the grand scheme of things. But instead of letting this get them down or make them feel inferior, it turns it into a positive and says, the fact that I recognize this alone means I am intelligent. The truth is, nobody ever really knows what they're doing. They're just out here doing their best, and you know what? That's enough. So if you take nothing else from this video, I want you to walk away with this. Wherever you are in life, wherever it is you're going, never stop learning, never stop growing, and always give it your all. And when you do embark on your journey, focus on yourself and don't ever compare yourself to others. And if you want to learn more about how to do that, check out this video right over here. I'll catch you all next time.